there, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Abuja, showing only on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. My name is Nneka Igwe. It's Friday and it's the beginning of the weekend, so now you can get that quality rest that you deserve. You made a good one starting your weekend with us. On the show today, we will educate, inform, entertain you. Of course, we always kick it started with our motivational segment. Coach Simeon Ubong is standing by.
I'm going to deal with points which are very important. First is cracking the code of communication. Think of your teen as a vault of stories waiting to be unlocked. To crack the code, give them your undivided attention when they talk. No interrupting or flashing that I've got it all figured out. Keep the tone light and friendly. Embrace the conversation as if you are just chatting with a buddy over a cup of coffee. That way you don't make them feel like they are stuck in a lecture hall. Your teen's emotions are like a puzzle, and you are the puzzle master. Even if you don't understand fully, let them know you understand how they are feeling. Give them the space to test their wings. They are like new birds learning to fly. Reassure them that you are there to listen whenever they need. And remember, if they drop a big bombshell, stay cool. Going all fireworks might make them clam up next time. Now, another point I want to focus on is creating special bonding moments. Think of bonding like crafting a secret potion. Mix their interest with yours. Embark on shared adventures like hiking or picnicking. The fresh air and nature's beauty can set the stage for some deep conversations. Another point is mastering the art of active listening. Picture yourself as their personal cheerleader. Show your interest through eye contact and nods. It's like giving them a high five for every sentence. Echo their words back to them. It's like saying, I hear you loud and clear, and I'm right here with you. Sometimes we go overboard to give them advice, and sometimes we don't even want to listen to understand their situation or their circumstances before we rush into conclusion. Another point I want to set is setting the scene with boundaries. Imagine drafting a family guidebook together. Gather around, discuss the rules, and ensure everyone's on the same page. Let them know why certain rules exist. It's like giving them the backstory to the rules they encounter. Flexibility is your superpower. As they grow and evolve, might need a little tweaking. Lastly, navigating challenges and solutions. When conflicts arise, be the calm narrator. Seek compromise. Respect their private heaven. Give them their space, but make sure it's a heaven security.
All right, thank you, Coach Simeon. That was a very interesting one there. Up next is the exercise segment, cardiovascular one, something for your healthy heart. Take a look and make sure you join in. Okay, there you have it. Keeping faith for life. Up next is our quotes. Quotes on life. Let's have a look. All right, there you have it. Words on marble right there. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we will delve into our discussion segment.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu
paradise.
alaikum
Ha
wa
is for
rahmatullahi
Hajj,
ta'ala
the
wa
blessed
barakatuh.
pilgrimage.
Welcome
Kha
to
is
your
for
weekly guide,
Khatam,
Light
the
of
seal
Islam.
of the
I am
prophethood
Aisha
given to the
Ahmed.
Prophet.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmer is made to form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front, and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam, NTA channel 5.
That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need.
Welcome back, and it's so good to know that you are still with us. Well, up next, we're going to discuss something that is very, very environmental friendly and very crucial to our ecosystem as a whole. We're going to discuss a campus, plastic-free campus, and managing animal processing waste. I've got my guest already seated, and he's going to do very good justice to the topic, I am very sure. Let's welcome Dr. Mustafa Popola. He's the Executive Director of Research for Impact, Knowledge, Economy, and Sustainable Development. Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and
Welcome to the show.
I'm glad to actually speak on this particular topic because of its revolutionary capacity
Right.
to change our economy landscape, and I think it centers on circular economy, which is something that we hardly discuss in this part of the world. But that is the present and the future.
Tell me about your overall general vision for the project.
Okay, so RIKSD as an organization is a foremost research as a service organization in Africa. So we are pan-African in scope, and the project we're talking about comes under one of our programs that we call Pan-African Circular Hotspots. That particular hotspot, like the hotspot you have on your phone, is actually to radiate and give opportunities to people in the private sector, in the public sector, on project programs, so that we can move from linearity to circularity. What that one means is that we usually do things in such a way that we know the end time of that particular item by saying when we finish using it, we are going to discard it. But in circularity, what the approach and the methodology and model of circularity speaks around recycling, reuse, repair, review, a lot of things. So anything that you're actually using should not go into finite. You can actually create value around many of the so-called wastes, either to waste. And that is very,
Some
very
kind of
important for
waste
us.
to wealth.
Whatever that you're actually looking at. So in Africa, actually, is something that is very new a bit, but the future is circularity. And you could see that when you look at engines of, equipment that we are using, many of them actually just burn out fossil fuels. So that is why issue of renewable is now coming. Renewable, you can see, it is about being reused without actually damaging the environment. So we will now look at all of these indicators and what are those things that are actually causing this environmental pollution and is making us to be environmentally irresponsible. So we look at it and saw that plastic is actually one of the major issues that we have in Africa. And that is not something that you could actually laugh about, because if you go to the streets, go to your compound, even right away here, you're going to see that one of the major waste that is not biodegradable that you find for years is plastic. And we're talking about having limited agricultural land, for example, and water system. So if we continue to actually have this plastic, and where you have plastic, you can't plant there.
True.
So if we have 34.1 million hectares that are arable today, and we continue to be littering our land with plastic, where do we plant in the future? And the population is growing.
That's interesting.
So for us, we are looking at it from that perspective to say, okay, so what can we do? And how do we approach it in such a way that everybody can contribute? So our first approach is to actually look at plastic-free campus projects. In Nigeria, I can tell you for sure that we have over 8,000 campuses. And in Africa, we have over 10,000 campuses. So for university alone, we have over 200. And when you look at monotechnics, from the statistics of MBT, over 700 campuses. Polytechnic, monotechnics, and colleges. Okay, so if our approach is to actually look at it and say, we have a closed system where we can measure, because that becomes important for us. And our bottom line is to actually contribute to net zero of Nigeria by 2050. Because if this is not being burnt out and we are not actually generating greenhouse gases and we are not polluting with carbon, then definitely we could actually recycle this or reprocess it. And our business model around it is for the campuses, since they are moving towards autonomy now, to start generating income from their own waste.
Briefly tell me why the campus is your focal point.
Thank you. The campus is our focal point for three major reasons.
Okay.
One, you could see that part of the fundamental work of any educational institution is to carry out research. Okay. So we expect that there's going to be research and innovation support system that will be aligning with the peculiarities of each of the campuses and the community on the use of plastic. So, for example, we are looking at the endpoint. Are we going to be using it in road construction? Are we looking at using it in building? If you are in an area, campus is located in an area, and one of their major problems is dampness of the building. It might be their priority to say, why are we not introducing this waste plastic as part of the constituent of what we use in building? Some might say, oh, it is our road and the road system here, we don't like asphalt. Or maybe there are issues of water. You could actually convert it to that. So some might say, okay, we want it as an industrial input so that it can be used to manufacture other products. So we are looking at campuses because we know campuses are closed system. So where we can measure the issue of research. Number two is that we are actually focusing on reorientating Nigerians, particularly the students. Because students on campuses are at a learning stage. I will ask you a question. Why is it that if you are in an airport in Nigeria or on the road, you could actually use any plastic and fling it from the window and you don't care? But if you land in Ghana, you dare not do it. Nobody has told you anything. They have not told you anything. In their airport, you cannot say you have chopped chewing gum and you want to drop the paper. Who is telling you not to do it? A system is in place. Okay, so it means unconsciously, people are supposed to be aware of the environment. And they will look at it that if you can actually start from the students on campuses doing this work, and they are getting incentives for all of this, and the campus become cleaner, they learn this thing, the plastic-free environment, how it's been done practically, then they can actually go back to their communities after graduation and they actually build a business model. Because we are saying business model because this is going to be money earning program. It is not free because this plastic can be processed to many things that the university can actually sell. So when you say you don't have a job and then you've graduated and you learn about this, if you look at 2 streets in your area, ordinary collection, when you do collections together and you sorted it, you can sell.
Wow.
As simple as that. So not to say you are adding other value by actually baling or anything. Without any equipment, only collection and sorting, you can sell.
Tell me how all of this can contribute to a more sustainable and building an environmentally conscious community.
Okay, so what we are looking at is that by the time we try as much as possible to pull out the plastic from the system, you agree with me that we're actually going to have a clearer environment. Cleaner without anybody telling us, because pure water one, everybody is there. So you just take that one out first. Then we will now know what is remaining. And what will be remaining are things that can be biodegradable, because many a time they are biological. And if they are biological, definitely they are going to degrade naturally. So, and they are going to contribute to the fertility of the soil, and they are not going to contribute any pollution. So we believe that is either you have those, and those that cannot, for example, glass, metals, those are the ones that you find their way to the landfills. So when you have those ones in the landfills, that is not a problem. But by the time you look at the proportion of what you have in the landfills today, almost 80% are actually plastic.
Thank you very much. We'll take a short break at this point. Please don't go away. There is more insight into this wonderful discussion. Please stay with us.
Hello friends, welcome to Kiddies World. My name is Omarade with Erse. Here with me is
Oguntayo. I am Kwasi Justina, and today we have many fun things in store for you.
I had so much fun and I hope you had fun.
Exactly, it was exciting, especially when I saw the lion, ostriches, and buffaloes.
Welcome back. It's a Good Morning Abuja, and we're here discussing our plastic-free campus and how we can manage animal processing waste effectively. Dr. Opola, I want you to tell me, what role can educating and awareness play in raising all of this?
Oh, this is the starting point, and that's what we have started. Do you know what we do beyond the campuses that are for tertiary education? We've moved into the secondary education. Okay. All what we do there is actually to facilitate advocacy and at the same time mobilize and create an awareness. And it will be surprising to you that we have seen models whereby school fees of some kids are being paid as an exchange for plastic.
Oh, wow.
So the student will do the collections and they are recording the amount of those collections they are doing in terms of value that they are selling it. And it aggregates to nothing less than the amount that is needed for tuition.
Wow, that's very interesting.
So a lot of things that people say, people saying, oh, we can't pay school fees. I mean, there could be responsibility. Be responsible to the environment. Just pick the plastics. There is a place that you are actually going to drop it and they are going to weigh it in kg and it's recorded against your name. So we have taken this awareness to secondary school. In Ondo State, we just did one. And I think we have a small grant we give to students of universities to be going to secondary school. So that it's going to be that we have a connected environment because these people in secondary school are the ones that are going to see university.
And this will include the sachet water parks?
Completely. So that is the way we believe we can do it. And by the time you realize that schools and the universities are within communities, then we will know that eventually we are going to be impacting on communities. And people that are picking, even some of this plastic, the children that are picking it, some of them, they are picking it from the streets of their areas where they live, not even on campus, because as we move on, that of campus will become scarce.
Wow.
And when the campus is growing, definitely there is an incentive, then you go back to the environment to actually be making your money. So so that is why we believe that it's going to give us a kind of backward integration, and a lot of people can actually benefit. And,
Beautiful. Let's look at animal processing waste. How can you describe this industry and its significance in the whole food chain?
Thank you so much. First and foremost, my sincere appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for creating or for actually leading the charge of transforming the livestock sector in Nigeria. Creating the ministry is just one. I'm privileged to be member of the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reforms. And that particular committee is chaired by the President himself. So we have about 120 reforms activities and initiatives. One of them is the creation of livestock ministry. There are another 119 that we need to do. But what I'm saying is that it is out of political will for the president to confront the sector and say, this is the way to go. I need to reform this sector. So that's why I personally am indebted to him, because this is the first time we're actually going to be looking at it as an issue and deal with it. So when you look at what he has done, the transformation of the sector will lead to ramping up productivity across the different value chain, be it poultry, cattle, sheep, goats, micro livestock, and some other things. By the time we continue to have a lot of people and investment in this sector, and then we have a lot of activities, productivity, definitely waste will be generated.
Can this contribute to greenhouse?
Definitely. So what you see in cattle, 95% of greenhouse gas that is coming from cattle that is maintained is out of its betching. So it is not, whenever they move around and they betch around, they're actually contributing to the environment. Yeah. So that is why the process of actually converting our system of extensive system into intensification of different scale becomes important, so that we can control and be able to collect. Now, there is nothing that should be waste in a particular animal except possibly the voice. So maybe that is the only thing in other countries. Maybe the noise they make, that is the only thing that should be waste. So we have a partner that we are already looking at coming to Nigeria with animal rendering facilities, animal waste rendering facility, whereby this waste of the animal processing can be converted to oil.
Let's talk about some of the challenges associated with this project.
Okay, so we have a couple of challenges. Pick-up rate in Africa or in Nigeria is very, very low. When you look at anything that has to do with change, people look at it, they hardly quickly understand it. They think you want to do something that maybe to just show yourself or something like that. So the number two is that the bureaucratic system of our campuses is something that is challenging. Because, you want to move fast and make sure you clean the environment, and you are at a situation whereby you are still passing file around for more than 6 months. So these are challenges. And when you look at people too, I think we need to educate more in such a way that we have a model of what we are campaigning. Yourself, myself, everybody have an alma mater. Can you go back to your alma mater and adopt your primary school and put a support system for collection of plastic?
I must tell you that this is a very laudable project. For one, people will make money. Secondly, we'll be able to achieve a very cleaner, more eco-friendly environment. Talk to us about some of the opportunities that will come out of all of this for the public and, of course, for what we all stand to gain. That will be your advice as we wrap up.
Okay, thanks so much. And like I said to you, that everybody should be involved.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be end to end. You could adopt your primary school, like I mentioned. When you do that, what are you doing? You are saying, okay, I'm putting down 20,000 naira, for example. And any of these kids that can collect this thing should be given 2,000 or 3,000, whatever it is. It becomes an habit. Many of us can afford to do that. And we are actually giving back because we are here in Abuja. We are cleaning up our communities in such a way back home. And that, like I said to you, when they do the collection alone, aggregation, there are companies that are looking for it because they want to come and pack it in. But you'll have been seeing the truck that are loading this plastic.
People should first of all learn how to sort.
So the moment they get, and the skill these kids are getting,
sorting it out,
they will take it to their homes and start telling their mother to say, don't mix biodegradable with this, and before you know it, we said, this one is going to be in green basket, this is going to be in red basket, this is going to be in blue basket. It will be internalized. And by the time we look at 10-15 years, you will see a crop of people that will be living like we are in Europe or America, who are sensitive to their environment and who are responsible and are actually on top of the stewardship.
Thank you so much for coming. This has been very insightful. Thank you so much. What more can I say there? We all clamor, for a very cluster-free, pollution-free environment. And what more? We're going to make money while we're at it. NGOs, individuals, agencies, everybody needs to be on this. And trust me, from this end, we will definitely play our parts. Stay with us. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back to continue with the program.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Alright, welcome back. It's still Good Morning Abuja, your number one breakfast show. Up next, we will discuss something very, very interesting to me. I mean, in a society where we have a lot of creative minds and talents, from music to comedy to dance, etc. You would want to adequately protect your intellectual property and make sure that you're getting everything that is due you, especially when you bring it out to the forefront. So up next, we're going to discuss guarding your intellectual property, everything about it. And I have with me a barrister, and he's very, very interested in entertainment, tech, and property law, etc. He'll be helping me to x-ray this very, very vital topic. Let's welcome Barrister Imani Ebuka Oguke. Good morning to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, tell us, when we talk about intellectual property, what are we referring to?
Okay, intellectual property refers to the intangible creation of the mind. Why we call it an intangible creation of the mind is because it's known as a property, but it's not seen. It's something that is consumed, but it's not seen. It's something really, really creative. It comes from your subconscious. So, and that's why we call entertainers creatives, and that's what I feel like to the layman's understanding would be a proper definition for intellectual property.
Okay, tell me about some of the people who can say that these and these are the ones who possess intellectual property.
Okay,
just for better clarity.
Yeah. I'll start with my favorite because he's been my favorite since I was, a kid. I'll say Wizkid, Davido, yeah, the creatives. Then you also have like not just the entertainment industry. We have patents, trademarks, where you have corporate bodies, having their trademarks. Example, Glow with their trademarks, MTN, and we also have, when we talk about patents, people who have invented one thing, something or the other, inventors, So these people are covered under this area to make sure that their creative works are being protected.
Nice. Tell me about what are some of the common types of intellectual property infringements and how can it be detected?
This is a very, very technical question in a way that, over time, when years back, or I'll say decades back, we had the infringement that had to do with the cassettes, the disc, people who would go to burn disc, and a lot of creatives were suffering as a result of that problem. You see where entertainers were really, really, really not having their full remuneration because of the fact that the market was infiltrated with a lot of infringements. But right now we are in the digital space, and then it's reduced drastically. But then I would say unauthorized copying is one. I would say when we have to do with transborder issues, enforcing your intellectual property rights across borders is also an issue. I would say, but the most common one is unauthorized copying of cassettes and DVDs, and then digital space, unauthorized copying from the sites. You see some people bugging Netflix, trying to copy, movies from Netflix, trying to, and then you see
without getting copyright,
without getting the consent of the authorized copyright owners. And then we also have under the patents, you see people taking people's what we call it, their works, their invented works, and using it without proper consent of the patent owners. And then we also have people who, when it has to do with corporate bodies, I love the corporate world a lot, and it has to do with corporate world when third parties, employees of companies leak the trade secrets, or leak the confidential informations that has to do with the uniqueness of those corporate bodies. It goes down there and even beyond that. So it's a lot. There are different ways, and if you start mentioning it now, a lot of infringements, different types of infringement has actually come up, and especially now in the digital space, it's very, very difficult. But then with the introduction of artificial intelligence and a lot of technology tools, I think it will be easy to clamp down on these infringements.
And would this include stuff like going online to copy somebody else's work and paste on your own wall and not give them rights?
Yes.
Part of it?
Yes. In fact, I would commend a lot of social media platforms. Like for example, Facebook. If you take someone's work, especially when that person's work is duly protected, you take someone's work and you put it on your own page without giving credit. Some social media platforms would take it down and tell you to dispute it, give them reasons why you should have this on when it's not your right. And then it also leads to infringement, proper infringement. Sometimes in the academia they would say plagiarism. So it's just almost the same thing. It's just the environment you find those works, but
thank you so much. I'm enjoying this. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, there's a whole lot more into this very interesting discussion. Stay with us.
Hello friends, welcome to Kiddies World. My name is Omar with Erse. Here with me is
Oguntayo and Kwasi Justina, and today we have many fun things in store for you.
I had so much fun, and I hope you had fun.
Exactly, it was exciting, especially when I saw the lion, orchids, and buffaloes.
Welcome back. It's still Good Morning Abuja, and we're discussing guarding your intellectual property. And I still have Barrister Imani Ebuka Oguke with me. Tell me about it's no longer emerging, the digital space. What are some of the opportunities and challenges involved with, guarding your intellectual property in these digital spaces?
I feel like I know that the digital space has come to bless us. If you look at the statistics from 2023 till now, you notice that uh, our creative industry, especially in the digital space, has empowered a lot of youths, thousands of youths in Nigeria, and which has reduced the rate of poverty, unemployment, and then these are youths going out of their way to make sure that, they put in their intellectual prowess into good use. And the digital space is very, very large.
It is.
It has no borders.
Absolutely none.
Most of the time it has little or no enforcement because you're trying to develop laws to help mitigate the issues and complexities that comes with it, and you notice that it keeps on, it keeps transforming. So there's this huge revolution in the digital space, especially with the introduction of AI. And the truth is, if we don't take opportunities like this, the youths, if we don't take opportunities like this, if we don't learn, it's not about your craft. Learning about your craft is also good, but then learning how to, protect your crafts, how to protect your works, how to make sure that you know how to enforce your rights. Because it's one thing about, having that talent, putting it to good use, but enforcing it. Now, the digital space is very, very large, and it has given room for a lot of creatives to move into
Just
limelight,
do their thing,
and get proper remuneration, monetize, their crafts, and a lot of them are getting paid, especially like the skit makers, the artists too. So most of the time, you don't really need to get signed to a record label or really, really break backs for you to hit the limelight. Most of the time, you just record a very good song and it hits the digital space. People like it. People just like it, and then it goes. We've had a lot of stories of creatives like that, and then, but then the infringers are also there to.
Because let me digress a little. Like in a space like TikTok, for instance, you put something out there, and then people are able to use that same content to recreate and remix and do a collabo. What it's that not an infringement, or how does that play out? I don't know if it's on Facebook as well, but I know it happens on TikTok.
It's even on WhatsApp now.
Okay,
you put up your stuff on your WhatsApp status, and then it's like it brings people are able to put in music there. Now, these social media platforms, I told you, like, the digital space have evolved to a point that it's going to be very, very difficult if you protect your work. Especially when you protect it, not just locally, internationally. If you protect your works, your creative works, it's going to be very difficult for people to infringe on it. TikTok, for example, when people use those songs, credit goes to the owner,
the original
owner. So there's already a system put in place. So these social media platforms they have made it easy, and they have made it difficult for these works to be infringed on. They are like online digital tools and detectors that come up, and then they just spot when an infringement act is about to be done, and then it's being stopped. So I feel like the social media platforms doing those things, they are not infringing on the rights of those people.
So what if you don't get the right remunerations that are supposed to come from it? Like, you might just sit one day and maybe you're a very popular person and you just see yourself in somebody's music video somehow, or something you said somewhere, a part of speech you give somewhere, somebody copies out to lay into their own creations and all of that. How is that supposed to be an infringement as well?
Yeah, it is. It's an infringement. And then there are ways to go about it. That's why I said, if you're creative, you should make sure you have a good lawyer. not just any kind of lawyer, a lawyer who is specialized in these areas. I will not shout go to court, but then alternative dispute resolution mechanisms are here to help us, mitigate some of these disputes, writing to those people and or sitting down in a round table. Okay, this infringement has been done. How do we, clean things up? How do we get a redress? How will the original owner of this creative work get his proper remuneration? And then, things like that are being resolved over time. There are a lot of, if everything goes to court in the entertainment industry, in the creative industry, in the intellectual property space, we're not going to have space in court.
And we'll lose out all of the entertainment that we're supposed to get from it. Thank you for coming. Finally, in a short half a minute, what's your advice to the youths out there as we wrap up?
Okay, you have a lot of potentials. You have a lot of hidden talent in you. It's good to put it out. It's good to, when record labels approach you, when investors approach you, it's good to engage with them, but make sure you engage with them with a good legal practitioner that would help you protect your rights. Make sure you protect your rights in the best ways, your copyright, your trademark, your trade secrets. Make sure that you get good compliance officers. Just make sure you are legally protected before you put your stuff out there, before your name is out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. Well, what more can I say there? I've been speaking with Barrister Imani Ebuka, and he talked to us on how we can guard our intellectual property to properly maximize benefits. Stay with us. We'll take another short break. When we come back, the show will continue.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja. We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? You are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts. Our focus today will be on hepatitis B. Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Welcome back. You already know that every Friday on the show we bring you a healthy dose of comedy just to, keep you laughing and well entertained. Up next is Compound Mata comedy skits.
You look cute. Wow.
Hey. This one you came to my humble abode.
I just want to see you briefly. I won't take much.
Yes. Hey, please sit down, eh?
Oh,
please sit down, eh?
Thank you.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
And my seat is your seat, eh?
Yeah.
You are in love with the gods, and you are in love with my style. Which one are you doing? I must be sure.
I'm in love with the messenger of the gods. I love your height.
Don't mention. It's just that everybody knows in this compound that you are the landlord's side chick. You are in love with the landlord. And the landlord is my friend. I cannot put the things of the gods into the things of the landlord.
Forget about that landlord. Forget about that man. He's not even capable. You know why I'm here? I want you to just help me out with medicine.
But this thing that you are saying now, I think I've read it somewhere in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Flora, are you here for your own personal motive?
Don't worry, I will take care of you. Let me just rub your powder very well.
Don't touch me.
Give you a good food to eat. Just give me that small medicine.
Anything for who will take care of me. Your door is not far from my door.
Of course. I
will make you the maiden of the gods. The maiden of evermore. What's going on here? What is going on
Don't
here?
mind this anymore. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sit down. You were sitting when I came in. Sit down. Why are you standing up?
No, I don't understand.
Sit down, Kera.
It's not what you think.
Landlord. So, Ezemo, you are toasting the woman that I have toasted. Ezemo, you want to collect my side cheek? I did not toast her. Toasted. You are toasting her. The woman that you toasted is toasting me. Ezemo, the woman that I toasted is toasting you. Where have you seen a woman toasting Ezemo? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean a woman can be toasted? Am I not a hot and looking Ezemo? Have you seen Ezemo in this style before? Have you ever seen where a woman is toasting an Ezemo?
Ask me.
Ask me. You tell him the truth. So you want to take my side chick from me?
Ask me to sit down.
Your plan will not work. Ezemo,
my friend.
Your plan will not work.
Don't mind him.
Flora.
He's a fake Ezemo.
Flora.
I don't even know why I'm here with you. I don't know why I'm sitting here with you.
Flora, you that came to toast me, Flora.
Toast who? For what? How? Ezemo.
Flora, you that.
What do I want to do with a native daughter?
Will not work. I tell you, your plan will not work. What plan? Ezemo, what plan will not work? Because I keep quiet. Because I keep quiet. Only you dey enjoy landlady. You go dey enjoy landlady and you go dey enjoy side chick. If you know say you no want landlady, now side chick you want. Give me landlady, make you carry side chick. Or you leave the side chick for me. You want to see my rot, Abi? Forget your rot. Your rot is never rotty. You want to know what I can do? Wait. I go show you say me, I be confirm worry man. Forget that thing. Ezemo, see, if I stand here, you not gonna like me, oh. Forget it.
Wait. I don't understand. What are you guys even saying? So now this need to do trade Baba. I beg.
You don't see him, ba? Say you don't spoil my joy. Say you don't spoil my joy. Yes, the joy where they enjoy. Now you walk out carry. You walk out take my joy. Joy where they enjoy. Now you walk out enjoy. Now you don't spoil the joy now. Your plan will not work. If not for our friendship now, what I will do, I will disappear the whole compound to Sambisa. Leave friendship. If I like this, your time don't there for this compound. Quick notice. I give you quick notice. See, I give you 2 days to leave my compound. In fact, no, you leave my compound. I dey come bring your quick notice now. Leave 2 days. 2 days. You leave my compound. Landlord, you're not too much. Landlord, yes. Landlord, yes. You don't go do anything. I don't go do anything. You don't go do anything. Okay. You don't go do anything. Nonsense, Odieda. Nonsense. Landlord, you don't go do anything. Odieda. Nonsense. Hey, I go show you something. Confide your command. Hey, nah. Landlord. Nonsense. Hey, nonsense. Fear women.
Okay, it's the weekend and a perfect time for movie watching, just having some me time, some private time all to yourself. Let's bring you our movie trailers.
My name is Obiora.
You said you can drive?
Yes, I have 15 years experience. If you give me the opportunity to work as a driver in this palace, I promise not to disappoint you.
And what makes you think you deserve this job?
Because I am the best you can find out there.
Because you're a good driver.
Come on. Are you mad? Is something up with you?
Did you forget I am hosting a party today with my friends? And you're still lying on bed at this time of the day? Are you mad?
I will not send you message. You will not tell me that you will not go. Are you mad?
I don't know, like I said, I'm frying my akara.
I still remain the spring of life that every bird would desire to drink from.
How many times have I told you not to address me as Ugona, but as a princess, demented animal? Oh, so your plan is to kill us in this palace?
Trust me, this is not me. I'm still my queen. My head is my king. No, okay, who did?
A princess shouldn't condescend so low to ask a stranger for sex.
Shut up! That's what I don't want to see you with that stupid girl.
because there's no going back.
Welcome back. Beautiful movies there, I must say. I hope you're going to watch at least one of them. Well, up next is something for the sports lovers. Let's bring you tidbits from the sports world.
Shooting Star Sports Club has been fined 5 million and their home stadium Lakon Salami Stadium closed to fans for the rest of the season. The fine was imposed due to security breaches during their match day 32 clash against Ikorodu City, where the visiting team's bus was damaged and their supporters assaulted. The MPFL Disciplinary Committee found Shooting Stars guilty of failing to provide adequate security, ensure proper conduct of their supporters, and allowing objects to be thrown at match officials. Meanwhile, 3 teams have officially booked their places in the 2024-2025 Nigerian Women Football League Premier Super 6. Edo Queens edged Remo Stars Ladies 1-0 in the top of the table Group A clash, extending their unbeaten run. Rivers Angels secured qualification despite losing 3-0 to FC Robo Queens, ending their 10-game unbeaten streak. Bayelsa Queens cemented their place with a 2-0 victory over Benue Queens, continuing their unbeaten run. Finally, Barcelona trashed Borussia Dortmund 4-0 in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final. Robert Lewandowski scored twice with a goal in the 48th and 66th minutes. Rafinha opened the scoring in the 25th minute and assisted Lewandowski's first goal. Lamine Yamal sealed the win with a goal in the 77th minute. Barcelona's dominant performance leaves them in a strong position to reach the semi-finals for the first time since 2019. The second leg is scheduled for April 15th in Dortmund.
Alright, there you have it. The news and events making the rounds in our sports world. Up next is the weather report. Abuja is getting cooler, but let's check out the weather report for today. That's it for today. The weather report wraps it up this morning on Good Morning Abuja. I hope I can say that you have had an exciting time watching it with us. Okay, we'll be right here again Monday bright and early for another exciting feature on the program Good Morning Abuja. For now, have yourselves a very, very fantastic weekend. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, smile, drink lots of water, eat vegetables, and just be healthy and stay safe. I'll see you again real soon. My name is Nneka Igwe, and it has been Good Morning Abuja on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Be safe.